guys, this is Jenny. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to share a mixed media project I did for the Crafters Workshop for October. And also we were teaming up with Altered Pages and using some of their files that we had chosen. These are a couple of the files that I had chosen here. This one's called Ephemera, and the other one is Maps. And I'm just kind of going through and trying to decide which ones I'm going to use and which ones are going to inspire my whole piece. So I kind of like the colors and the heart and a lot of the eyes and the birds. So I picked out stencils that kind of go with those hearts. This Maps one that has a compass on it. And then this other one that is just, I might use just for sort of background pieces. And I've also got several other materials like that burlap and some canvas, some craft cardstock and corrugated cardstock, and then I've got these 4 paints, heavy body acrylic paints from the Crafters Workshop. There's iridescent gold, spun sugar, raspberry sorbet, and orange slice. So those are the colors I'm going to use, and this is sort of my palette. And I've got a pre-primed canvas I'm going to use here. Unfortunately, I did not have the record button on when I started the background. And what I did, I just used a lot of those Neocolor crayons and kind of went over the whole background and then dabbed up a little bit until it kind of just gave me a little bit of a background wash. It's barely visible when the whole thing's said and done, but it just gave me a place to start those are kind of the colors I knew I wanted to use. I wanted to get a lot of this sort of peachy color to complement the red and some of the black and white images. So now I'm just cutting out several of these pieces I knew I wanted to use from the Altered Pages. I just printed it out on regular printer paper. I thought about printing it out on cardstock, but I really didn't want to excuse me, really didn't want to have too many layers that would be too thick and hard to glue down. So I just decided to go for it on just regular printer paper. It was easy to cut and tear, and that's pretty much the way I started out. So you can see the pieces I pretty much use all of these pieces, and I'm just kind of going through and seeing where I think things might go and how they look. And once I kind of get an idea of how theirs are going to work, I pulled out a couple other things, a little tiny glassine bag that's got gold polka dots on it, and a tag, and these little wooden tiny wooden like phrase words that I thought I might use too. And here I go ahead and I'm using the gel medium in clear basically as my glue. It's great. It's like a Mod Podge kind of, but it dries clear. It's not glossy, and it dries pretty fast, and it holds really well. I did use some hot glue on those corrugated pieces just because I needed it to hold in place long enough for the glue to dry. But other than that, I used this gel medium for all of my adhesive. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna talk through all of this or not. I think I'll just let you watch it and see where it goes. I really didn't have a plan, so it was kind of a fun, intuitive process, and really fun to get my hands dirty and messy and just use a lot of different things. A lot of the mediums or the materials I used were left over from a Canvas Core meetup or team up that we did too. So that's kind of bringing it all back together. So I'm going to play some music and let you watch the process, and I'll be back at the end. Alrighty, I am back here towards the end, and you can see I went through a lot of different mediums, and I'm adding just lots and lots of layers. I'm adding now, just sort of at the very end, a few of these hearts from that stencil onto, and the X's, sort of the X's and O's onto this tag. And I write a little piece of a lyric from a song that I thought was appropriate, tied some thread to it. I used lots of thread in this, lots of thread underneath this sort of, it's like a canvas or kind of muslin rosette that was from Canvas Core, and I used that in the centerpiece and then added the heart on top of it. And so I'm just adding some last little minute drips and drops and painting on a few little other things. I really love the way it came out. I kind of wish that that one sort of drip of black India ink had not covered up part of this face at the bottom, which is one of my favorite pieces of the ephemera. But you know, when you start doing some of that stuff, it just goes where it goes, and I'm still pleased with the way it turned out. So I think that is pretty much it. You can see the stills and the detail shots in a moment, and then the final product at the end. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure you visit thecraftersworkshop.com/blog and visit Altered Pages too. I'll have the link in the description, and at the end I'll have the list of stencils and supplies I used, as well as the Altered Pages descriptions. So thanks so much for watching. Bye.